Okay, I want to ask you something. And as we get into this, I want you to be really, really honest with yourself. Have you ever been right in the middle of a totally normal day? Everything's going fine, nothing's wrong, and you just stop? Maybe you're sitting at your desk, staring at the screen, or you're just waiting for your coffee to brew. And bam, in that one single moment, it hits you. You feel absolutely nothing, right? Not sad, not ticked off, just blank. It's just this quiet, heavy silence deep inside. You know that feeling? It's like a weight in your chest, the sense that something crucial is missing, but for the life of you, you have no idea what it is. And that's what's so frustrating, right? Because on the outside, everything looks fine. Your life is, well, it's ticking along. But on the inside, you just feel hollow. So why does this happen? Look, this is a feeling that millions of people have, but we almost never talk about it. So let's do that. Let's get into it. Why does this happen? Especially when, on paper, nothing is wrong. Okay, so we're going to dig into the truth behind that hollow feeling, and I'm going to bet it's probably not what you think. So here's the big misunderstanding. We all think that feeling empty must mean there's some huge, dramatic problem in our lives. But the real truth? It's usually something much quieter. It's not about having problems, it's about a lack of connection. A disconnection from ourselves, from the people around us, and from any real sense of meaning. All right, so if it's all about disconnection, the next question is, where does that come from? Well, let's break it down. We're going to look at 5 big reasons you might be feeling this way. First up, reason number 1, and this one's a biggie. It's actually a protective measure that your own brain is taking. We're talking about a full-on emotional shutdown. Yeah, there's a clinical term for it, emotional blunting. And the best way to think about it is like a circuit breaker in your house, right? When there's a massive power surge, when you've been feeling way too much for way too long, your brain just says nope, and it pulls the plug to stop the whole system from frying. And let's be real. In our world today, that feeling of being overwhelmed is everywhere. It's the constant stress, the pressure to always be on, the endless scrolling and comparing ourselves to everyone else. It's just constant noise. And your brain's response? It's not to try and fix all that. It's just to hit the mute button so it can stop feeling it. And this is such a critical shift in how you see this. That numbness, it's not a sign that you don't care anymore. It's the exact opposite. It's a sign that you have cared so much for so long that your brain has stepped in to protect you. It's self-protection. It just looks like apathy from the outside. Okay, on to reason number 2, and this one is huge. It's that you've been stuck. Just surviving instead of actually living? I mean, look at this mismatch. Your brain is literally hardwired for things with depth, like purpose and real connection and a sense of progress. But what do we feed it all day? Notifications, quick dopamine hits from social media, background noise. It's the emotional equivalent of trying to live on a diet of nothing but candy and chips. So, you see, that feeling of emptiness isn't really a void. It's a hunger pang. Your brain isn't empty. It's starving for the real nutrients of a meaningful life. All right, reason number 3 is that you've basically stopped listening to yourself. I mean, it's just easier to stay busy, to keep moving, than to actually sit still and listen to what's going on inside, right? But here's the thing. When you ignore your feelings, they don't disappear. They just go underground. And that's what creates that deep, hollow feeling. And number 4, this can be a tough one to face. It's that you've been performing, playing a role. The good employee, the perfect friend, the ideal partner. You've been so busy trying to be the person you think you're supposed to be that you've kind of lost touch with who you actually are. This leads to something we can call identity starvation. That hollow feeling, that's the sound of your authentic self being silenced. And listen, This isn't a weakness. It's a deep, powerful, unmet need to just be you. And our final reason, number 5, is so simple but so incredibly powerful. Your brain has nothing to look forward to. And you have to understand hope isn't just some fluffy, nice-to-have emotion. It is a biological necessity. This really gets to the core of it. The chemical in your brain that creates motivation and life energy, dopamine, it's not released when you get the thing. It's released when you're looking forward to the thing. It's all about anticipation. So if there's nothing meaningful on your horizon, that inner light, it just flickers out. So think of it this way. You're not empty. You're unlit. Okay, so that's the why. It's all about disconnection. So the big question is, what now? What do you actually do about it? Well, the good news is the answer isn't about making some huge, dramatic change in your life. The way back isn't about trying to force yourself to feel happy. That never works. It's just about creating a little bit of space to feel anything at all. And it starts with these 3 simple ideas. You gotta start slow, you have to be gentle with yourself, and you just start asking a few questions. Now look, these aren't easy questions, but they are the right questions. Just let them sit with you for a bit. What am I avoiding? What do I actually need right now? What part of myself do I miss? The answers you find, that's the beginning of the map that leads you back to you. And once you start asking those questions, you can start giving your brain what it's been starving for. Again, this isn't about a total life makeover. It's about reintroducing those essential nutrients. We're talking about simple things, quiet moments away from a screen, finding a small, achievable goal, having some kind of creative outlet, and, this is so important, putting something on the calendar that you can genuinely look forward to. Okay, let's wrap this all up with what is maybe the most crucial point of this entire explainer. That feeling of emptiness, it is not your enemy. This emptiness, it is not a flaw in your character. It's a signal. Think of it like a flare shot up from the deepest part of you. It's a message from the part of you that still remembers what it feels like to be truly alive. The part that is fighting to be heard, the part of you that absolutely refuses to give up. So please, remember this. You are not broken. You are just disconnected. And the beautiful thing about disconnection, it's never permanent. Connection is something you can always rebuild, one tiny intentional step at a time. So I'm going to leave you with this one last thought. Instead of running away from that hollow feeling or trying to drown it out with more noise, what if you just got quiet for a minute? What if you just sat with it and asked, what are you trying to tell me? The answer you hear might just be the most important thing you hear all day.